Michigan State baseball loses 5-4 in 10 innings. This was a game that I thought Illinois defensively, the long ball as well, really helped them win this game. I also thought that Michigan State had one really big mistake in the eighth inning that obviously gave Illinois the lead. It did end up actually going into extra innings, but this was a game where Michigan State got pretty good start from the starting pitcher in Aiden Donovan. Went 4 and 2/3 inning, 1 earned run. Did have 4 walks in this one. I thought that Illinois at times had a pretty good plate approach to Aiden. Obviously would have loved to not have 4 walks. It had 5 strikeouts. Overall, though, when you give up 1 earned run and 4 and 2/3, I don't think you can be too upset by that, especially when you kind of give your team the lead. Because Michigan State, the long ball in this one was a huge part of what Michigan State did offensively. Adam Broski gave Michigan State the 2-1 lead with a 2-run shot. Second home run of the year. Isaac Sturgis also had a big home run in the fourth as well. Gave Michigan State the 3-1 lead. It gave them a lot of momentum as well. Looked like Michigan State was going to be kind of controlling things for the most part until the eighth inning, where the long ball hurt Michigan State because Michigan State gave up 2 home runs, one to AJ Purdy, one to Colin Jennings as well to tie the game. Eighth inning really hurt Michigan State. An error also allowed Illinois to take a 4-3 lead. And to Michigan State's credit, even though the eighth inning and the bullpen did give up the lead, they did respond pretty quickly after that. Randy Seymour was absolutely huge, had a ground out to third that did advance Kamari Thomas home to score the run to tie the game. And then obviously full credit to Illinois. They got off to a really good start in the top of the 10th. They did end up scoring 1 run, and then Michigan State obviously did end up scoring and really allowed Michigan State to drop to 2-5 on the season. They've lost 5 consecutive games in a row. Now, with that being said, I did say after the Texas series, I'm not too concerned about Michigan State overall. A lot of these games have been really close. They've been losing really close competitive games. It's been like 5-4. It's been really low scoring games like 3-2, stuff like that. So I don't think overall I'm super concerned about Michigan State. They still have a lot of games coming up. I do think there's a few guys that can get a little bit more going on the hitting end of things. I think Ryan McKay has had a pretty solid season so far. He went 1 for 3 on the day. Randy Seymour obviously had an RBI. I think MSU is going to need a little bit more when it comes to the hitting department. I do think overall, though, pitching has been a pretty good surprise for Michigan State. I think the bullpen's been pretty good. Nolan Higgins, even though he gave up 2 earned runs, I thought he's been good. Tommy Sapansky, I thought was solid in his outing. Gannon Grundman came in for 2 1/3 innings. There's these guys that are performing well. It's just truly going to be about what is Michigan State going to get from their hitters. There's been moments where Michigan State has been able to drive in runs. We've seen Michigan State be able to put up a decent amount of runs, but then there's also been games where Michigan State kind of goes quiet, right? And in this one, outside of really the home runs in this game, they only had 6 hits compared to 14 for Illinois. Now, I think that again gives credit to Illinois. I think that also gives credit to Michigan State defensively that they only gave up 5 runs in this game. I think that shows you that Michigan State overall defensively was solid, pitching was solid, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough for Michigan State. Michigan State just wasn't good enough at the plate. Michigan State just didn't get the runs across when they had opportunities to. And even though that's the case, I'm still completely all right with Michigan State. I think they're going to get things going a little bit. It's still really early on in the year. They played a really difficult schedule. Obviously, they have Albany coming up in the next game today. I think that should be a game where they perform a little bit better. We'll see what Michigan State looks like against them today. But yeah, disappointing loss for Michigan State. Would have been really nice to got that win. 3-4 is a little bit different than 2-5, but I think Michigan State, even though they've been struggling a little bit recently, they've been right there in a lot of these games, and hopefully they can start to kind of turn around, because I think the whole idea of losing close games, once you can start winning them, I think that would really help this baseball team going forward. So yeah, not super concerned about it. I think Michigan State is going to be fine. I think the offense is going to start clicking. I think if the pitching stays where it is, I think Michigan State will be fine long term. This is the only matchup between Illinois and Michigan State this year. It wasn't a Big Ten matchup as well, conference matchup. So doesn't hurt them there. I think MSU is going to have to get going a little bit, maybe get a win today, see how that kind of continues to roll a little bit more momentum going forward. But yeah, difficult loss for Michigan State. Obviously, losing in the 10th inning, never something you want to see. But I thought Michigan State at points looked really good in this game. I thought 3-1. I thought Michigan State was going to pull out. Sadly, they did not. And then obviously the 8th inning was a big momentum builder for Illinois. But yeah, full credit to Michigan State for responding in the bottom of the 8th to force it into extras. You just would have loved to see Michigan State respond and win in extras. But that's not the case. We'll see what Michigan State does today. Yeah, but thanks for tuning in. If you like this, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff, and I'll talk about their next game here shortly.